So I have a problem with my jiu-jitsu students, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to solve it using the constraint-led approach. So my crew is super happy standing relatively straight, hand fighting people to death. And it works relatively well for them. However, something that I've noticed is when we go to competitions, especially with the younger kids, they tend to struggle against kids who aggressively seek out the double leg. The submission threat of the guillotine and stuff aren't there, right? So I've played games around sprawling, I played games around double legs, all kinds of stuff. And it hasn't really worked. So what I've come up with is there's a novelty that happens with double legs for my students. And the problem is we can work on it, but it's going to remain novel to some extent unless it starts happening in my room more often. So I need 2 or 3 people to just start being happy shooting doubles, being good at shooting doubles. So then that starts to make its way through the room. They're able to build better solutions to that behavior. So how am I doing that? So the first thing I thought about is, what's the problem? My crew's finishing takedowns just fine. Hand fighting is good. Entries into single legs, chaining some other stuff together is pretty good already. But why aren't they shooting 4 double legs? And how can I start to encourage? So what is the biggest barrier towards people shooting double legs? So I thought, okay, well, maybe it's just the commitment and the courage to make that shot, to change the level and get attached to the hips, leg, or legs. So the first game, super simple. I took the arms away for the initial shot. So I've seen this idea played. I stole the name from my buddy Joey Boretsky, easy in, hard out, meaning they get an easy shot, not a free shot, but an easy shot. Once they make the connection, then their partner gets the use of their hands again, and the scramble begins to put their partner on the floor. This is what that game looks like. Okay, first game. Our partner is going to have their hands behind their back. They cannot use their hands until I make a good, meaningful connection to 1 leg, 2 legs, or their hips. That is my goal. So he can use his head position and his movement to defend, but he cannot use his hands. I can move his head, get him around, but as soon as I go and I make connection, now he can use his hands. He can use his hands to either detach completely, that'll be a win for him. He can become the top player, that'll be a win for him. Or if you'd like, you could also add submissions in, especially for the adults. So if they scoop the gilly, they get the tap, they win. My tasks are super simple. I get attached, and all I need to do is work to get my partner's hips or hands to the floor. Now, this particular game, we have been playing every single class. It's our warm-up game. Okay, so we play 3 minutes. They switch every win. Every single day we've been playing it. It's been 2 weeks or so now. I plan on running it for about a month. The whole idea is I just want a lot of touches, changing levels, getting attached to legs, building confidence, allowing them to explore that environment without immediately getting palmed in the head, sprawled on, you name it. So the next game we start attached. But we start attached in a position where we already have good access to the legs. Not meaning we're starting attached to the legs, but we're going to start in a front body lock. Okay, so this body lock drop game, super simple. You start in the front body lock. I preface all of these stand-up games we're playing is I want immediate action. You have really dominant grips. I want you to utilize the dominant grips immediately because you are not going to be able to hold them forever. So I'm looking for aggression. I'm looking for you to drop and use your connections immediately. So we're starting on that front body lock. Their task is to change that level, get to the hips, leg, or legs, and put their partner on the floor. This is what that game looks like. Next game, we're going to start in a front body lock position. Okay, from the front body lock, we have the better grip, so I want students to use it immediately. We're not waiting, we're not letting them break the grips. We are body lock dropping right away, whether that's on 1 leg, 2 legs, a mixture of the hips, doesn't matter. Our goal remains the same. We are looking to put hips or hands to the floor. Now in this case,
My partner is looking to fight to his own body lock. If he can get the body lock, he steals my goal, so he drops and shoots immediately, looking to put me down on my hips or my hands.
From there, the next game we played a double bicep tie game with dominant head position. Okay, so again, we're starting a little bit less connected, but still pretty connected. We have inside position, so we're going to have an easier time dropping and getting access to those legs. So the task is the same thing. We're looking to drop down, get access to the hips, leg, or legs, using our connections to put our hips or hands to the floor. Again, here's what that game looks like.
Next game, we are going to start with double bicep grips, and we're going to start with a dominant head position. So head on the shoulder, chest, or especially under the chin. So again, we have a clear path to the legs, and I stress to my students, you have the dominant grip right now, but you might not have it in 2 seconds. Use the grip. Our goal again is to shoot down, just like all the other games, collect one leg, both legs, hips, any combination, and put our partner's hips or hands to the floor. Again, my partner's goals, he is a thief. He is trying to fight his hands to the middle, fight to the head position, and as soon as he gets there, boom, he can shoot, putting me to my hips or hands.
So we ran those 3 games for an entire week. Week 2, we changed it up a little bit. Here's what week 2 looked like. On week 2, we still started with the same warm-up game. After that, we played a game where one player starts with double wrist control. Okay, so again, we're still connected. We still have a dominant grip on our partner, but a little bit less connected, right? So we're not in that front body lock. We're not in the bicep tie with head position. We just have control of both of their wrists. So again, I'm stressing, I want immediate action. We need to clear those hands. We need to get on those legs. We need to put our partner down. Okay, so that's what the next iteration of the game looks like. Here's a video of that.
Next game, we are slowly getting less and less connected to our partner. We are simply starting with double wrist control now. Again, our job is to move our partner and clear their hands in order to get to their legs, in order to put their hips or hands to the floor. Our win conditions are not changing, just our initial grips. Again, my partner is working to be a thief. He's looking to get his arms back, connect, clear, and shoot.
After that video, I took a little bit of a different angle, on the idea of, instead of dominating that inside position, we started on an outside position game. So we started on 2-on-1 outside of the elbow, Russian tie. And again, we're looking to use our connection to move our partner in a way where we can get past their arms and connected to their legs in order to put our partner's hips or hands to the floor. Here's that game.
Next game, we are starting with a 2-on-1 behind our partner's elbow. So in the Russian tie. So again, I'm giving a different option. Maybe we don't want to go to the inside. Maybe we want to play with angles. We want to get to the outside. Our goal remains the same. We are looking to connect to legs, or hips in order to put our partner down, but we have a good grip to do so, to move them around. I'm still encouraging we don't hang out here forever. If we hang out here forever, he's going to get away. He's going to get better grips. No good for me. I might be able to hold this for a period of time, but not forever. So we look to shoot right away, putting those hips or hands to the floor. Now, my partner has a multitude of options he can do in this game. He's looking to clear his hand, and if he can get to a body lock, if he can get to double bicep ties, or if he can get to the double wrist control. Any of those positions now give him the goal of shooting, changing levels, putting me on the floor.
Now, what have the results been? So far we've done 2 weeks of this, and I'm actually pretty surprised at how positive the results have been. Particularly, I have one adult who has really good hand fighting, but again, really no willingness to shoot. At this stage, or at least at the end of last week, he was shooting of his own volition, finishing takedowns very nicely. He was getting shot on and then reshooting and taking down one of the blue belts. And it just, honestly, a lot quicker than I thought it would happen. So now where do we go from here? So next week, we're going to be playing a lot more open rounds. We're getting ready for a tournament, but I want to see how these new behaviors or skills might stabilize when I start to take some of these constraints away, right? So next week, we're just going to be playing standing open rounds, starting in neutral positions, and I want to see how much is stuck, right? So maybe a part two will be come into this. I don't know. I've liked the results I've seen already, but I just figured that I've seen some questions on the internet, and I figured I would share part of how I look at designing games, right? So I look to solve problems, basically. If I see a problem in competitions in my room, whatever the case is, I dig a little bit. Okay, why is this happening? How can I fix this? In this case, the problem was initially the novelty of aggressive double legs and how my students weren't doing so well at the youth level when running into these double legs, right? So my selected solution is, okay, I need to get people double legging in our room more so they can start experiencing it more often, right? Because just playing these little snippets of sprawl games, double leg games, it's not cutting it. I need that behavior to be in this room so they can really stabilize some solutions to it. So yeah, I just figured I would share my process a little bit. Maybe some people would find some value in it.
All right.
Sweet.